guys, what's up? Welcome to Fordy Runs. I'm Chris Ford, aka Fordy. If you're running the London Marathon for the first time this year, you need to watch this video, so let's get stuck in. Hey guys, so yeah, welcome along to Fordy Runs. This is the YouTube channel for the everyday runner, Chris Ford, aka Fordy. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down there and you'll stay up to date with all my latest running videos. We've got new running vlogs coming out of all the different events that I'm doing. I'm doing plenty of them this year. We've got more tips and hints coming out. We've got some other funky stuff and some bits and bobs, but it's all running related. So say, hit that subscribe button, you'll stay up to date with all the latest running stuff. As I said in the opening, this is all to do with the London 2018, the London Marathon 2018. I've got a bit of a treat for anybody who's a new London Marathon runner. I got in touch with a gentleman called Paul Kipax, who has run 2 London Marathons already, and he's doing his 3rd this year, and he's run 5 marathons in total. I reached out to Paul because I wanted to get some knowledge from somebody who's done the London Marathon a few times, who could offer us some tips and hints on the experience that he's gained. And I asked him a series of questions relating to silly little things like tapering, what to do on the race start, what to do on the race day, what to do the week before, what to do at the finish, what to do with your baggage, you know, your bag and stuff like that. So I gave Paul a couple of questions, and he was kind enough to say that he'd have a think about them, and we put a video together, and hopefully it's useful for you. So let's get stuck in.
Little.
Evening everybody, hope you're alright. I've been asked by Chris Ford to help out with a few sort of videos on any questions and things like that, or various points on the marathon, which is obviously up and coming very, very soon. We've all had our numbers through today, and we're all getting a little bit excited. So anyway, my name's Paul Kipax. Some of you will have probably seen me on the marathon training page, and this is me. This is who I'll be running for again for the 3rd time. This will be third London and my 5th marathon. So maybe I think I've got a few sort of tips and tricks that you might find useful on the day. So hopefully help to calm the nerves as well. So it can always be quite a daunting experience. Particularly first timers, it's a very, very big event, and there's lots of things that can go wrong, but you don't really need to worry. There's a really, you know, a great system in place, and there's not a lot that can go wrong. If it does, it's probably down to yourself. So make sure you're alright and everything will go swimmingly well.
Little.
Tapering now, obviously. Some of you have already done your long run in the last week or two, or last weekend, and some are doing it probably this weekend. Me personally, I will be doing an event in a couple of weeks' time, so I'll be doing it over a 2-week period. But you know, I've done that before, so I'll be running a half marathon in 2 weeks before the big day. But normally, I dare say I would probably do a 3-week taper. As per most of the plans, and I think that's a very, very wise thing to do, particularly for beginners. You know, it can be quite a tiresome experience. We're all pretty tired now and feeling, you know, difficult and a little bit stressed because we've perhaps not always got up to the distance we wanted to get to. But the thing to remember is to relax. There's not a lot you can do about it now, so just go with what you've got already, and everything will be right on the day. As soon as you've had a couple of weeks off from the intensity, I can assure you, you will start to feel a heck of a lot better. You'll get to the start line, you'll feel a lot more refreshed, you won't feel as tired. Any little niggles that you might have had will have possibly disappeared. So just be careful, obviously watch where you're going, don't be walking down the street looking at your phone, don't try any unicycling, skateboarding, anything silly like that, blindfold juggling whilst standing on the roof of a car, or anything stupid. Just try and stay safe, try and stay healthy, and enjoy the taper, because it does get a little bit numbing where you start to think, shall I just go out for another little run? The temptation's always there, but try not to do that and you'll be fine. Trust me. Yeah, just the plan and you'll all do great. Right, so we're all into the final week of tapering. Pressure's always there to think, oh, I feel I need to go out for a run and get the fitness up again, and don't worry, it will all be banked there, it will all be there. The rest will do you a world of good. Don't also, when it comes to food, I'm not a nutritionist, but I do know that there is a temptation to constantly eat lots of carbs, pasta, etc. That's all very well, but it can make you start to feel a little bit docile, a little bit lethargic. So go easy on the calories. I think the first few days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly even Thursday, keep it light. Keep it reasonably healthy. No shame in having the odd beer or glass of wine or anything like that. Obviously keep it within reason. I'm obviously quite into my pizza, and I like the odd beer, and quite partial to the old glass of red. So, but all in moderation is good. But just keep it simple. Again, keep it healthy. Try and avoid any situations. Don't go wandering around in the cold with a t-shirt on, things like that. Where you can possibly pick the bugs up. Avoid children. Don't get any bugs off the kids that are coughing. So not always easy, but so you know what I mean. Particularly if you've got your own that are ill. So, but keep your vitamin C levels topped up. I'm a big fan of the Barocca. I've always been into something like that, although I've only really been using it more the Barocca type thing this year, where before I've just using vitamin C tablets. So just try and stay healthy and relax, and don't overdo it on the carbs in the beginning of the week. I'd say probably start carbing up a little bit more Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you'll be ready for the big day. Okay. Hi there. So right on the big day itself, the baggage thing is quite something worth mentioning. When you go to the expo to collect your number, you'll be given a pack with everything in it. You'll be given a plastic bag, which is this. Not very big. And you get a sticker to put on the front of your bag. So it's about the size of a decent rucksack, so you're always going to get one of those big trolley bags in it. It's not as big as that, so in it will go like a smallish type backpack like that. Always handy to carry that around in the finish rather than just throwing everything into the plastic bag, and less chance of the bag breaking as well, and much easier to carry without being stressed about it. What I normally take with me in my bags, obviously take my body glides, very important, Savlon for at the finish when you need that, a small flannel face cloth, and I take a very small towel as well. At the finish you'll be given a bottle of water, so you can obviously douse the flannel in the water and wipe yourself down, give yourself a wash. Anything else you want for the finish, get it in your bag, and it will be there waiting for you at the finish. There's a massive screen at the start areas with a counter on it. Tells you how long you've got before the bag drops leave. You never really need to queue at the bag drops, but always keep an eye on it. Just keep wandering over. You can see how far it is in the distance. It's not far away, but give yourself 10 or 15 minutes before the bag drop. Also, as I mentioned earlier, a couple of bin bags in your kit bag, something to sit on when you're at the start area, and obviously some old clothing, a pair of old tracky bottoms, and an old fleece or jacket, anything like that you don't mind throwing away. Everything that gets discarded at the start, when you're in the pens just before the off, will get donated to charity as well, and for the homeless and things like that, which is quite a nice gesture from London Marathon. So get everything in your bag ready to go for before we depart for the start, and it'll be there waiting for you at the finish. As I said earlier, when you collect your bag at the end, very easy system, so everything's nailed on. So okay, we're on to race day. Morning tips. Breakfast quite important, so stick with something that you're already used to. I'm a big fan of Weetabix. Generally take my own Weetabix, small bowl and a spoon for the hotel where we're staying. Obviously go out and buy a small carton of milk, and that's pretty much me done. I'll just have a Weetabix and a muesli bar, nothing out of the ordinary, something I'm used to, and you know, and keep it with something you've used before. Don't try anything different. The last few days before, as expected. Keep it comfortable with what you know. Better the devil you know is a good thing to remember. So. On the way to the race, to the start, I often like to take a bottle of a sports drink. I'm a big fan of SIS products. You sell them at work. I'm a cyclist of 30 years, so I've been using SIS and various other brands for many years. I like the SIS, so I'll generally sip a bottle of energy drink, and in a bottle that's quite a bottle I've had for a while, a few months, so I don't mind discarding it at the start. No, something I'm not worried about. Plenty of bins around like that. Also, take a bin bag with you, or maybe even two. Quite handy to keep you warm should you need to. Stick a hole in the top, put it on to keep the heat in. Also take another one to sit on. It's quite a handy thing to do. The grounds could be a bit damp from the cold evening, and if it is obviously wet, hopefully not, but you know, it will be surprising how waterproof a bin bag is. Everybody will look an idiot, but everybody's in the same boat, so don't worry about that either. Lots of toilets, so queues can get quite big. If you're not sure if you need to go, just get in the queue, and there's a fairly good chance once you get to the toilet you probably need to go anyway, so it's something I generally do 2 or 3 times at least, and it's quite a social event as well. You always get a good bit of banter in the toilet queue. So okay, next one is race day tips. We're obviously all on the start line, we're all there. Don't worry if you're in pen 3, 4, 5, or even in pen 9. Your time won't start until you cross the timing mat, so that's when you must remember, click your watch, make sure you log your own time for your own Strava account, your Garmin, whatever. It's something that a lot of people tend to forget, and I was running next to a guy last year and he forgot, and he only remembered at 3 miles in, so his event was not recorded as a full 26.2. How frustrating that would be. And we kind of jokingly talked about him. Once he finished and collected his bag, he was going to keep his watch on pause and then go and run another 3.2 miles just to make the distance up. That's not what you want to be doing when you've run that, so just remember to start your watch when you go over the timing mat, you know, and pretty much you'll hear or see everybody doing it anyway. You've obviously all done your training up to a certain pace. You must stick with it. You'll always feel better on race morning because you've had a rest, you've had a couple of weeks off intensity, even though you've been doing a little bit of running. You've had a lot of early nights, you've had the right food, so you're feeling really fresh, really relaxed, and everybody's almost chomping at the bit, ready to go. So keep calm, keep within pace, and stick with what you know. If you run ahead and think, oh, I can run a minute a mile quicker, it won't happen, I can assure you. I've tried it in the past, and the wheels do fall off at about 22, 23 miles. Stick with what you know, play safe with the plan you've used, trust the plan, and stick with a realistic pace that you've actually trained for, and everything will go swimmingly well. The main thing is, it's an absolutely brilliant atmosphere. I can't wait to do it again. You know, the crowds are simply amazing. They'll all be shouting your name out. Make sure you've obviously got your name above your chest there, so everybody can see it. Everybody will shout it. It gets a bit intense, and it gets a bit loud, but you'll have a great time. So stick with it. If it gets tough at 22, 23 miles, don't worry. It's tough for everybody, no matter how fast they are or how slow they are. It's just as painful for everybody. So stick with it. You'll get round and have a brilliant day. Good luck, everybody. So we're there. We're almost there. We'll get to Buckingham Palace. There's a sign. 385 yards to go. I can't begin to explain to you how it feels, but you will have tears in your eyes. You'll be laughing, you'll be smiling, you'll be hurting, you'll be tears of laughter, tears of pain, but it's all good. It's probably one of the most amazing things you'll ever do. So enjoy it. You know, you may well come back and do it again, you may well not. You know, for a lot it's the first and last. For me, once I sampled London, I just wanted to do it again. This will be my 3rd London, and I really can't wait. So, you know, as I say, stick with your plan, stick with the pace that you've trained for, keep drinking, keep smiling, get some high fives off the kids, enjoy it at the finish, cross over the line, don't forget to stop your watch, quite important, look up, the cameras are above you, you get some great pictures, and obviously lots of podiums at the finish line as well, where there's literally cameramen everywhere. Just look out for the orange bibs. There's little podiums when you finish to the right and the left, so look out for the podiums, get on there, don't be shy. I mean, I probably went on the podium 5 or 6 times last year, various different ones, just move around, shuffle around, just grab a stranger, jump on there with them, get your number on display and show the world what you've done. Don't just go and take one photo, get on the podium several times and enjoy it, crack a few poses off and whore it and make the most of it, because the packages are quite expensive, but the more photos you get on your on the disc, etc., the more likely that you are to buy it. So they don't mind, they want you to have lots of photos taken, so whore it to death, you know, be proud, get your medal, give it a kiss, have a few tears. I'll be there, I'll be doing the same thing, so enjoy it. Get your medal and then walk off to get your baggage and your goodie bag. Should have a few, maybe a drink, some deodorant in it, things, bits and pieces like that. As you walk towards your baggage lorry, it's the best system you'll ever see in the world. I can't believe how organised it is. As you're walking towards the lorry, it will take you longer to look for the right lorry than it will for the bag to wait. You have no waiting whatsoever. As soon as you walk up to the lorry, there'll be somebody there going, there you are mate, here's your bag. It's already done for you. Just one thing, make sure you say thank you. They've been there all morning. They're probably volunteers from a local park run. Just give them a bit of appreciation and say thank you very much, and you know, off you go then, and go and get yourself a well-earned beer, a burger, whatever. A lot of places often do like a free food, free beer, but generally they're going to be quite busy. So for us with cancer research runners, we have a little bit of a post-race party just off the mall, which is really nice. A few sandwiches, nothing extravagant, but it's quite nice, and get back and then have a massage. But not every charity does that, some of the smaller ones particularly. There'll be lots of people going around having a beer and enjoying it, so savour it. It's a fantastic experience, and anyway, good luck, all the best.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that. Big shout out to Paul, massive thanks mate for coming on the channel and answering those questions, sharing your knowledge, sharing your experiences with us all. Really appreciate that, taking the time out to do that. I think everybody hopefully got something out of that, and it's going to make everybody have a better London Marathon this year. So I say massive thanks. If anybody else wants to say thanks to Paul, ask him to give me his Just Giving page, it's down below. Maybe hit him up some sponsorship if you want to, just to show you how much you appreciate what he's done for us today. So yeah, big shout out to Paul, thanks a lot mate. Hope to see you at London this year. I know it's going to be crowded, but definitely try and catch up with you if I can. I say, if you like the video, give me the like. If you got comments, stick them below, even if it's just to say thanks to Paul. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like I said, to stay up to date with everything we've got coming out of Fordy Runs. We've got loads of new stuff, so hit this subscribe button here, and I'm going to put a video up here which I think will be cool for you guys to check out as well. But that's it from me. Thanks again Paul, and I'll catch you later.